Yeah, most sports talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down?
With Mackey and Judd.
Yep, only show in America. Well, this and our other show, we're doing it twice a week, that actually keeps track of our predictions with statistics. It's Write That Down. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you want to participate, you can send us a message through the Score North app like Brent did, and we'll get you scheduled for some time this summer. So Judd's holding a bat. I'm not sure if he's going to inflict harm on the screen here or if he's just symbolically holding a bat because it's Write That Down.
You Sting? Like Sting from wrestling, Judd. He always
Came down from the rafters with
Oh,
his
yeah?
bat. Yeah.
No, just decided to pick
Stinger.
up a bat that was sitting right by me. No,
So
big
you're holding it out. Are you a left-handed hitter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
got
were?
the bat resting on the left shoulder there, I think,
Huh.
right?
Yep, I am a
I don't
lefty.
do that.
Well, I write. I do. I shoot and I hit right and I golf right or left. I golf left, but besides that, I do everything else righty. So
Are you sure
I
you
would've
don't
been a great
shoot
first
left-handed?
baseman.
We saw that video. You might
Oh,
actually shoot left-handed.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I mean a hockey stick.
Oh,
I have
gotcha.
no idea in basketball. That's a very good question. That's a fair point. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
We once made Judd do the Houston Rockets challenge to see if he could hit 1 out of 27 three-point attempts, and it looked like he had 2 torn rotator cuffs by
was
about
the
the
ugliest
5th shot. So
My,
It was so
my
great.
shoulders do hurt, so that is true.
I had a
from
gif of that.
carrying Score North all these years, is that why your
Yeah.
shoulders hurt?
No, I don't think that's it. I think it's an actual problem.
I had a gif of that saved on my laptop in the never delete folder, and it somehow was not there anymore. I had the gif of Judd pushing that basketball literally from his
Yeah.
chest, and
Yep.
I can't
was
find it. I
raining.
saved it.
It was raining that day, and Collar actually shot it, and
It's
it
on
was-
Collar's YouTube channel. I'm
it
not
was miserable.
Purple Insider, but like his own YouTube channel, I
It
think.
was miserable. It was raining, but that's no excuse for the actual awfulness I brought to the court that day.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll get to our predictions here. Presented by our friends, Judd, at Finch Home Solutions. By the way, I saw they have a 4.9 out of 5 on Google reviews the other day. So,
They're
sounds
outstanding.
like people love themselves some Finch Home Solutions.
That includes me because about 6 months back or so, they came to my house in a van just like that. Yes, they are huge fans of the Purple and our Purple daily programming as well. They came to my house. I had a light out in the basement, and I was having to go do laundry for a few weeks, and I'm not joking about this, with a flashlight. And finally I said, this is ridiculous. I'm calling my friends at Finch.
You're like,
And
this
they
is ridiculous. I'm done doing laundry.
And they came, no, I like doing
So I
it.
haven't
like
washed
that.
my clothes in a month.
Oh, that's not true. I enjoy doing laundry, but I called Finch. They came out. They fixed it in no time. Fast, efficient, and courteous. And that is why they score so well. Everybody that I know who's used Finch absolutely loves Cody and his team. All the electrical work that you might need, installation, repair, storm damage outside, flickering lights inside, which can be dangerous. Finch can do it all, and they'll do it all again. Fast, courteous, and just outstanding. FinchHomeSolutions.com, or you can call them 612-357-2604. FinchHomeSolutions.com. Call Cody and his team. And again, I guarantee you will be happy with the service.
All right, let's get to the accountability session here. We'll start with Judd. And we're going to highlight some things that have come off the board and also some things that are still on the board.
This hurts.
You said the Twins would take exactly 3 out of 4 from the Gardos. They took 2 out of 4.
Yeah, I split. Sucked.
It's funny because they started 2-0, and all you needed was 1
I know. That's
in
what I'm
those
saying.
last 2 games. Wah, wah.
And in those last 2 games, they got 2 great starts.
Shocking.
Gray and Ryan were both outstanding, and they couldn't win for either one of them.
Very similar script for most Twins games, it feels like. So this one's still on the board for now, but you did nail the first part of it. You said Byron Buxton will be placed on the injured list at some point in June. He's on there now, and he won't play until after the All-Star game. So if he stays on, now they're saying it's like a rib contusion.
Yeah,
but he
I'm
also
worried.
has a degenerative knee that's flaring up.
Which is what I thought. So when I made this prediction, I don't believe he had been hitting the ribs yet. In fact, I'm positive he hadn't been. And so this prediction was predicated on the knee problem, which is not why he is technically on the 10-day right now. I'm very concerned that this is going to come off the board as wrong.
I don't know. I kind of feel like if he's going to get an injury and it's not his knee, it's his ribs, and now he's hopefully going to be like not moving as much. It gets to heal his knee, and it gets to hopefully obviously heal his ribs, which is clearly injured right now. I actually think this is kind of a better injury than him just having a sore knee.
No, but I'm saying it's bad for me because I think this gets him back before the All-Star game. I don't care about
Judd's
his
only
health.
speaking from a selfish point of view here.
I want the point, Declan, and I feel that I'm not going to get it. And so, I'm not talking about Byron Buxton. I mean, I hope he's fine. Seems like a great guy. But I'm talking about Judd
There it is.
He is a good guy.
He
is a good guy.
I'm not kidding.
That's one of my favorites. I'm sure he's a great guy, and that's great. But
his wife clapped me on Twitter a year ago. It's like, I've been defending your husband for 10 years, okay? Let's calm down.
Yeah, she did clap you. That was weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of Byron Buxton, so I had nothing come off the board, but I did say he would cross the 100 games played mark before September 1st. And this is the first real snag in that, but he's built some equity here.
Yeah.
What's he at for the season? Let's see here.
Oh, he was fine until.
So, and how many days till September? We got like almost 3 full months of baseball here. And he's played in 50 games. Can he play in 50 games between now and September 1st? That's all we need here.
And we're competing then, Phil, because I'm basically saying probably not, and you need him to. So this is a head-to-head competition with us.
He could come back. Oh, man. If he sits out till the All-Star break, I don't know if mathematically.
Yeah, I think you're going to get this one, though. Again, I think that this is not what I was counting on.
Nothing off the board for the listeners. Here's a couple highlighted predictions. Sure. Doogie 2 years ago predicted Alex Kirilloff will win a batting title before his career ends. He's batting over 300 this year. Does he seem like a guy that could? I don't think he's going to hit 392 or 400 like our guy Luis Ariz is, but now that Ariz is in the National League, could you see Kirilloff hitting being one of like the 6 hitters who hits 300 in today's game?
Absolutely. If he is allowed to play, because right now he has to be platooned at times, which I think is stupid. And
that's one of the dumbest. There's no statistical evidence, by the way, that suggests that he should be platooned. They're just making proactive moves and outsmarting themselves.
I am personally always concerned about that wrist.
Yeah, but that's not why that's not why they don't let him face lefties, is it? Or are they worried about him getting jammed by a lefty or something?
It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you take a guy who is a natural hitter? There's nothing to suggest that this guy is not really good at his craft.
Correct.
And treat him like Kyle Garlick.
I love how Judd is holding a bat while he's talking about Alex Kirilloff also batting.
It's great. All right, and then brother Liam said that he would beat Declan in a round of golf by 5 strokes last year. Have you guys played this round of golf yet?
No, we have not. It's obviously difficult to play when we live across the country. Yeah. He is coming up here, I believe, in October. So maybe there's a fall golf option potentially. I don't know with the sticks. That's a good question.
I'm bringing sticks.
He's got the wife. He's got the 2 rugrats. He's got a lot of carry on as it is.
I think some rentals, and I'd be happy to join and be the official. What do they call like the walking official that walks the course with the PGA players?
It would be the marshal, right? Would you be the marshal?
The marshal's the guy that tells you to speed up. I'm saying I want to be the rules official that makes sure that you don't use your foot wedge near the water hazard, for instance. I want to make sure that the rules are being followed.
I'll drive the cart.
Okay. That's fine. Declan, you said the Twins will be the only team in the American League Central with a positive run differential on June 1st, and that is correct by about 50 runs, I feel like.
I said it early-ish, but it was going to happen. It was going to happen.
Yeah, you said it like a month ago, but it was tracking. So Judd, 377 on the season. Although Declan's closed the gap here by about 20 points. So Declan's at 298, listeners at 250, old Macadac still at 178 below the Mendoza line. Judd with 5 home runs on the season. I'm at 3, listeners and Declan tied at 2. All-time, Declan has the best batting average, 377. Judd has the most hits at 278. And listeners have the most home runs with 44.
Wow.
And maybe today Brent can add to that total because he's going to make some predictions on behalf of the listeners. Brent, with the Howard Stern hair, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. How y'all doing?
Good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. So tell us about your back. You got some Viking stuff up there. What's your background looking like?
Well, I've been born and raised in Alabama, so little separation there from Minnesota. First Little League baseball team I played on was the Twins, and so kind of got into Kirby Puckett following him as a kid.
Wow.
Kevin Garnett was always one of my favorite basketball players growing up, so I've always kind of followed the Wolves, but the Vikings are really my passion here. Kind of funny story. When I was 10, my dad set me down right before the 98 draft and said, son, you've been on this earth long enough. Time to pick a favorite NFL team. And he had been a diehard Steelers fan. And seeing the Vikings draft Randy Moss, I was like, that's my team. And I have stuck with it ever since.
So you waited for the draft to play out wisely and then chose your team, or did you choose them before the draft?
Waited till after the draft.
Okay.
Wow.
Smart.
Didn't realize it was a lifelong commitment, but it was. So.
Wow. And so dad absolutely threw down the gauntlet, huh?
He did. Yeah. He didn't play. So.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome. And now you've just been in this vortex of heartbreak and mediocrity. So you're here to make some predictions. We're going to start with you and then go around the room to Judd, Declan, and then back to me. So really the only rule here is the predictions must be quantifiable. But otherwise, Brent, you're first out of the gate here.
Well, I want to start out with some reckless speculation here.
We'll give you this one.
Reckless speculation.
I was hoping you would. T-Wolves will trade Karl Anthony Towns to the Blazers for the number 3 pick, and the Wolves will select Brandon Miller.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
I think Scoot Henderson goes number 2. I feel like the Hornets are going to be kind of standoffish with Miller and some of his legal situation right now, having seen what Miles Bridges, James Bouknight's gone through. And so I think I think Miller falls to the T-Wolves at 3.
And he's also a really good player. But yeah, that whole situation makes me a little bit nervous.
He brought the gun to his friend, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It seems like a problem to me, but okay.
And I love what Alabama was just like, and you live down there. It kind of felt like, well, whatever, everything's fine. Let's just keep playing NCAA tournament games and whatever. So, okay, all right. All of that would be a home run if it happens there. Over to Judd.
After their despicable performance last night in Tampa, the Twins are 31-30, so you can write this down. The Twins will return from their trip to Tampa and Toronto, 6 games total, by the way, at least 2 games under 500.
Wow. Okay, so they have 5 games left.
Yes, and they're a game over, so they're 31-30.
So what would they have to go if they went 2-3 even? They would be 500. If they went 1-4, they would be 32, and so they have to go 1-4 or worse, I believe, for this to come true.
Yep, they have 4 runs in the past four games and are on track to shatter the Major League single-season strikeout team record. Congratulations, guys.
It's always kind of shameful, too, like when you go up against Tampa, and everyone is running into Tampa this year, but Tampa has no fans, no budget. They just maximize everyone, all their young
Twins
players,
prospects.
It's amazing.
Yeah, Luke Raley's hitting 3rd for them.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
They traded him back to the Dodgers in the Kenta trade, right? The Maeda trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thought that name looked familiar. Mashing. Okay, Dex.
All right, I'm going to do the inverse of Judd here. Write this down. The Twins will not fall below 500 at any point between now and next week's. Write that down.
Below, right? You said below. Okay.
Below. They will not fall below 500 at any point between now and next week's. Write that down.
I love it. Yeah, they show enough fight, you know.
Write this down.
Oh yeah. Of late, they've shown a lot of fight to give up.
Write this down.
Despicable.
It's just funnier that he's holding a bat while he just destroys the team.
Hey, Carlos Correa, use this next time.
Oh, man. Okay, write this down. Matt Wallner will have more plate appearances with the Twins in the month of July than Max Kepler.
Okay, I like it.
So I'm just going to take the month of July.
Yeah.
So basically, off the record, what I'm saying is the Twins will come to their senses here, and they'll correct the situation with Max Kepler in some form. So in the month of July, Matt Wallner will have more plate appearances with the Twins than Max Kepler.
Oh, there it was. I was waiting for you to say with the Twins.
Well,
if you didn't say the Twins and Max
Wow.
Kepler goes another team,
Wow.
gets a waiver claim or something, and then he still backs into it.
Oh man, we've got the bitterness. I knew Declan was.
I mean, I got Declan. I wasn't like actively trying to get Declan on Purple Daily, but when he said Jordan Addison will be in pads during OTAs,
Write this down.
gonna let him walk the plank on that one. Okay, back to Brent here for your second prediction.
All right, number 2, write this down. I'm a UAB grad. I was stoked when the Vikings picked up Dwayne McBride. So I'm going to say Dwayne McBride will have a red zone touchdown in the first 4 weeks of the season.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, wow. So this is a rare time. We have a Vikings fan who went to UAB, and the Vikings drafted a 7th-round running back from UAB. So tell us everything you know about Dwayne McBride.
Hard-nosed runner, good kid. He's somebody that I think, it seems like Minnesota's wanting to get back to more of the hard nose, have Dalvin Cook's, he can do several different things, but he's not really between the tackles, get that tough 2 to 3 yards. I think McBride gives that to the Vikings. Just good comparison here with Madison. So I think that's a good 1-2 punch there. I think he's going to be a red zone type weapon that they can use this year.
Awesome.
Write this down.
Yeah, I think it'll be a nice breath of fresh air to have a running back by committee situation for the first time in a while.
I would say that if that comes true, that's a definite home run as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's specific, yeah.
Yeah, it's specific, and it's a guy
Early.
who is, exactly right. Okay. Next, write that down for me. I don't know if this is going to be a problem because Phil did something sort of the same but different, but my write that down that I've got is Max Kepler won't be on the Twins roster by July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you already have a prediction.
I have I think like after the first week of the season, I put Kepler will be DFA'd.
Oh, it was Declan.
traded,
Oh,
You have
off the
Kepler.
roster.
Yeah, you have Kepler DFA'd in 2023.
All right. I'm just saying by July 1st, they're going to have to what Phil said in his previous prediction, they got to clear this mess up. I mean, it's just a joke.
Yeah, like he's not. And also, it'd be one thing if it's like if you have Cody Bellinger and you're the Dodgers and he wins the freaking MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then the pandemic happens or whatever. You can see, all right, let's stick with Cody for a couple years and just, if we get him back, we get an MVP back. That's not what you're dealing with here. It's like if Max Kepler gets back to his full form, he's still just kind of a guy. Because you can't count the 2019 season. Everyone hit 30 bombs in 2019.
He is the ultimate shoulder shrug player, right? Whatever.
His personality, his play, everything about it. So
Write this down.
anyhow, all right, back to Dex.
All right. I'm going to try to will this also into existence here. Write this down. Jorge Lopez will not allow an earned run in his next 3 consecutive appearances.
Whoa. What?
Dude.
In his next 3 consecutive appearances, Jorge Lopez, who is, I think opponents are slashing like 2,000 OPS against in his last 9.
Oh, you know what's funny? I heard that for some reason as Pablo Lopez at first. Okay.
Jorge,
Got it.
the reliever, who's been terrible.
No, my reaction was like, whoa, 3 starts. I
No,
got
that
you.
would be no.
Still, this
Can't do
guy's
that.
been awful. This is still a ballsy prediction.
It's a good prediction. Yes, it's a good prediction.
So yeah, he will not allow an earned run in his next 3 consecutive appearances.
Okay, here we go.
Write this down.
Okay, write this down. It will come out at some point between now and I'll say the end of the 2023 calendar year that Rory McIlroy is getting at least an 8-figure payment from the new golf entity. So whether it's PGA, PIF, I don't even know what they're going to call it, but like this new golf umbrella. It'll come out that Rory McIlroy has been given at least an 8-figure payment or contract. And off the record, what I'm saying is I think they're going to make it up to him. Like, he looks so bad. He was out there carrying the torch and the flag for the PGA,
they
turning down 9-figure sums from Liv. I hate Liv. How could you ever do this? Stick with the PGA, and then this happens. It's like, How do they make it right? And why is he so calm about it today in his press conference?
Did you see the director of Full Swings tweeted out yesterday that they were filming when the news broke that this happened? So that's going to be incredible to watch play out. I don't know who they were filming, but it'll be awesome.
Yeah, and it doesn't come out till 2024, so we have to wait like at least 6 months. But yeah, I just think there's enough money to go around too, don't they? They have to give some of these guys that turn down the money. All right, you passed the test, but now here's your money anyways.
This is one of the most bizarre things in sports.
It is, and apparently, so PIF is it's the Saudi fund, right?
Yeah.
So they now have a controlling equity in this new entity, and I think I saw a report too that they get final say over any other investors. So if somebody else wants to come in, they get to decide whether that happens or not. So basically, the Saudis bought golf.
Yes.
That happened yesterday.
Yes.
That's exactly what happened.
Interesting. Okay, back to Brent for your third and final prediction.
All right, number 3, write this down. Adam Thielen will have more touchdown receptions than Jordan Addison and KJ Osborne combined.
Whoa, dude. So you think little gas left in the tank, little chip left on the shoulder?
I think some of that. I'm not convinced on Addison staying healthy for the whole season, so that's part of this.
Yeah.
I know Osborne's done well in camp so far, but I feel like Thielen's going to come out with something to prove this year.
Yeah. Love it, man. I think you're right about Thielen trying to prove something, but I think injuries are going to have to be a main catalyst for why this would come true. But great work on your predictions here. Great insight on Dwayne McBride. Since you've got this life-changing platform here on Score North, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this pinnacle moment, Brent?
First of all, you guys, you keep me connected to Minnesota sports, especially the Vikings. I love the work that you do. Watch y'all every night. Y'all keep me plugged in there. Thanks to my wife. She puts up with me. Now, she is a Cowboys fan, but, you know.
Ooh, boy.
But, you know, I think it's rare to have a wife that asks, have you paid for Sunday ticket yet? And not, we've lost the money out of the account. It's, we need to watch football this fall.
Wow.
So she's awesome. But
And that ain't cheap.
No, it's not. No, it's
YouTube
not.
TV. Whoa. Some big prices.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. Great work on your predictions. Good luck, and we'll definitely do it again sometime.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
There is guest, listener, predictor, Brent, down in Alabama. Good things to say about Dwayne McBride, too. I think he's going to be a good player, but he's got to get out on the field. He's banged up, can't even participate at OTAs right now.
No, he participated yesterday for the first time.
Yep,
and he also coincidentally signed his contract right before that. So that was sort of intriguing. They said hamstring.
My ankle hurts. I mean, my hamstring. I mean, where's the pen? Where do I sign?
I don't know.
All right, back to Judd here for your third and final prediction.
Okay. The Lynx have 3 games between now and next week's. Write that down, okay?
Yep.
They play Indiana. They play New York, LA. Indiana's terrible. Thankfully, so are the Lynx. The Lynx will win, or I'm sorry, will lose 2 of the 3. The Lynx will lose 2 of the 3 games. So they will be, before next week's, write that down, 1 and 2. Here's what I didn't realize until Collar told me this yesterday. Your playoff, or I'm sorry, your draft positioning is determined by your record over the past 2 years. Now, the Lynx weren't very good last year, which helps. But so they don't just just because you suck does not mean that you benefit directly from that immediately. So the Lynx play, or their draft positioning, which I think is a lottery system, if I'm not mistaken, will be determined by their record the past 2 years.
Okay, is that better or worse for tanking? Because now you're giving organizations, it's like if you can become a tanking dynasty, then you get the best odds for the number one pick.
But I mean, Cheryl Reeve,
like long-term tanking, isn't it encouraging long-term tanking?
Amen. Cheryl Reeve, though, she's doing exactly. I mean, how many times have we implored our men's teams to do this, though? Because this is a great draft. Beckers, Caitlin Clark. I mean,
do they go number 1 and number 2?
Oh,
right now, Clark would probably go number 1.
Yeah,
right?
I believe so.
Although Collar, who's a huge fan of women's basketball, told me he thinks Beckers will. He thinks she is the transformative player. But because she didn't play this past year, that she got a little bit forgotten. He thinks she's going to come back and be great. And so he thinks Beckers will go 1, Clark will go 2. But Clark grew up a Lynx fan. So she loves this team. So like this, I don't think
Beckers
that they
not
can go
grow
wrong.
up a Lynx fan?
No, they both did. But the point is, I don't think that you can go wrong. If you get one of those two, you can't go wrong.
Okay, dumb question.
I am Mr.
Isn't
Lynx
this
right
the
now,
second time Beckers has torn her knee up, right? Is it different? Hasn't she had 2 different major injuries or just the one?
I think just the one.
Okay.
I don't think she tore her
The knee.
ACL
The knee makes me a little nervous. I'm just gonna say, it makes me a little nervous. But
yeah, a little bit.
I wouldn't turn that down as the number 1 overall pick to change the franchise. So.
I just love the fact that somebody in this godforsaken sports town is finally doing what we've all wanted, which is just be horse bleep.
Oh, I thought you said just talk about the Lynx, which I know Cheryl gets mad. Now, if you're Cheryl this year, do you want the smoke of people ripping your? Although you're praising, so
I will never praise Cheryl Reeve like I am right now because I think this is one of the great plays of all time.
Judd's happier about the Lynx tanking than he was about the dynasty, I think.
Oh, I'm way excited about this. I love this. This is
all right,
awesome.
Declan. What's your next prediction?
Third and final one for me, another Twins one. Write it down. Doogie's kicked the name around, and I think this got to be a great addition in the bullpen. The Twins will acquire Aroldis Chapman.
Oh, wow.
They're going to get another flamethrower with Duran. Chapman's not as nasty as he once was. Still really obviously above average reliever, but they will acquire Aroldis Chapman.
Wow.
Write it down.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to try and quantify something here. I don't know how to do this, but work with me here. So it's been announced this morning that Messi has chosen Miami, the MLS team in Miami.
Yep.
Over a couple other teams. And they're giving him, it's crazy. Like he's getting like a stake of the Apple TV money. So in MLS, you can not only, you've got your salary cap or whatever, but you can designate, I think, 2 or 3 players outside of the salary cap structure, which is smart because it allows David Beckham-like deals to come in. You can just like fund them however you need to. But I saw that there's a bunch of different ways that they're going to make him insanely highly paid, even compared to what he is right now, like 9 figures of annual salary. So here's what I'm going to say. Write this down. The first time Lionel Messi comes to Allianz Field, the secondary market get in the door price will be at least $200. So to get in the door will be on like StubHub, we'll say, on StubHub.
Here. Okay.
Will be at least $200. Now, where I need your guys' help is like, when do we check that price? Is it?
Yeah.
Can I say?
You got to pick a date.
Like the week. What if I say like the week of the match? Within a week of the match, it'll be a $200 get-in price.
Yeah, hold on here. Let me
I don't know when the match is.
Oh well, I thought you knew from the way that you were talking.
Well, is he going to play this year?
I don't know.
I thought it was like more of a next year.
You're the one
thing.
coming up with the prediction. I got questions.
Well,
I assume it's not a this year thing. I assume that it was for next year, but maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't look like Miami comes here any point this year, and MLS does the thing that Patrick hates the most, where the home team is on top and not the bottom.
So it might have to be a next year thing. It's a long-term prediction.
Yeah, very Judd of you.
Yep. Okay. Nice cheap shot.
Miami currently sits last place, by the way, in the Eastern Conference.
Nice drive by.
He might want to just wait. You want to play on a last place team. It's ridiculous. He's still kind of in his prime. He's 35 years old.
How old is he? 35. Yeah, you know what?
He's got some game left.
I want stars here at 25.
Well, you're not going to get the best players in the world at 25.
Well, let's start paying. You know what? Let's start giving them some of that TV and see TV cash and see if we can convince them to play here.
It's a nice TV deal, but you hold on a second.
Let's get a guy like that over here.
MLS Apple annual.
I mean, it's not a great league, but let's turn that around.
So MLS brings in $250 million per season. You'd have to give him the entire Apple TV deal to coax him, like if he was in his prime, to coax him to play here in this country instead of like, one of the top 4 clubs in the world.
He gets it as long as he doesn't try to play internationally. Because as soon as he leaves me,
that's impossible.
I know. Soccer players. That's what I love is like the United is right in contention, but this Saturday, come see them without 7 players who are playing for countries that have no chance.
Yeah. Hilarious. All right, boys. That's a wrap on this prediction episode of Minnesota Sports with Mackey and Judd. You're home for daily Minnesota sports entertainment, speculation, and therapy. We'll see you for a Reckless Speculation Thursday tomorrow.